We've been working on the nature of leadership as movement and its three essential parts: direction, alignment, and achievement. Let's now continue working on alignment together. We know that alignment means three things: the people understand the vision, the people own the vision, and the people trust the leader. Without alignment, people won't follow you. They may give you some grudging or superficial appearance of following, but their hearts won't be in it, and it will ultimately fail. You must do the work of building all three: understanding, ownership, and trust. You cannot afford to jump from direction to achievement and bypass alignment. It simply won't work. We saw that communication is one of the primary ways that a leader builds alignment. Let's now look at other ways of building alignment. Jesus is our greatest example of healthy leadership. What did he do to build alignment among his disciples? Of course, Jesus had a great vision, a spectacular vision: take the gospel to the nations. But he didn't rush into that, did he? He spent 3 years working with his disciples before he was ready to tell them to go. During those 3 years of building alignment, he did 4 main things. First, he prayed for them, he prayed with them, and he prayed over them. His method of building alignment was a deeply spiritual one. He didn't merely rely on leadership techniques. He depended on his Father for everything. Look at his words here in John 5. The Son can do nothing of his own accord, but only what he sees the Father doing. If Jesus could accomplish nothing of any value apart from the Father, how much can you do? Now, I'm not referring here to a quick prayer before a meeting, but a life of prayer, a life of deep dependency on God. Paul and all the other great leaders of the New Testament also showed us that prayer and dependence on God is absolutely essential in leadership. Second, Jesus demonstrated the vision by his own life example. He did not simply tell the disciples what to do. He did it first. And when he did it, the disciples were right there to see it. Mark 3:14, Jesus appointed 12 so that they might be with him. This was how Jesus built alignment. His disciples saw him in the good times and the bad times. They watched how he responded to the people, to his critics, to those who were spiritually hungry. He showed them the vision by his own life. This is the true path of leadership. Not just showing up when it's time for a quick Sunday sermon or to lead a business meeting, but deep personal relationships with those you're leading. Relationships of love, of care, of accountability and correction, of nurture and encouragement. Paul also did this. Fantastic words here in his letter to the Thessalonians. But we were gentle among you, like a nursing mother taking care of her own children. So, being affectionately desirous of you, we were ready to share with you not only the gospel of God, but also our own selves, because you had become very dear to us. Wow! That was how Paul built alignment. Third, Jesus built alignment through the work that he gave his disciples to do. From the beginning, he put them to work. He gave them responsibilities that were appropriate for their maturity level. And each responsibility pointed them in the right direction and prepared them for the ultimate work that he was going to give them to do. Mark 3 again. He appointed 12 so that he might send them out to preach and to have authority to cast out demons. Jesus designed the responsibilities that he gave his disciples very intentionally. He didn't just give them busy work or the work that he didn't want to do himself. He was preparing them for their ultimate assignment of taking the gospel to the nations. Fourth, Jesus spent a lot of time teaching his disciples. And his teaching was not abstract, theoretical, or philosophical. His teaching was deeply practical. Again, he was preparing them to go, to do things. This was how Jesus built alignment. And you are to do it in the same way. First, your life of dependence on God, your prayer, your faith, your daily union with Christ, your constant prayerful reflection and evaluation of everything. Second, your own life example. Often leaders get worried about having the right vision or mission or values statements. But the reality is that your own life is your vision, mission, and values statement. That's how the people will understand the vision, by seeing it in you, not just by memorizing a statement. What do you focus on and prioritize? How do you treat people? How do you respond to crises, to opportunities? How do you allocate resources? This is how you build alignment in others. Third, empower the people. That's how you'll build ownership of the vision. Don't treat them as robots or slaves. Don't just use them. Give them real responsibilities. Trust them, believe in them, and you will build alignment. Fourth, your words. What you teach, what you affirm, what you celebrate, what you correct, it all builds alignment. So do it well. Communicate always with clarity, passion, and credibility. Do these 4 things like Jesus did, like Paul did, and you will build alignment well.